official fan-made story I have created regarding how the Prince Vegeta that we have come to know in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super actually ends up becoming king of Planet Vegeta. Keep in mind this story is going to different from the canon story in the canon universe that we have all come to know. In this version of the story, Planet Vegeta is not in any alliance with the Frieza Force. In fact, for the sake of this story, the Frieza Empire are on the complete opposite side of the universe with no knowledge of these Saiyans. So there's your setting for the context of this story revolving around King Vegeta. Now, let's begin with episode 1. The story starts off showing King Vegeta and a few of his strongest soldiers en route to a planet of androids for a peacekeeping mission. This planet of androids have caused tremendous problems for various other planets and life forms throughout Universe 7. King Vegeta wants to quell this uprising and chaos by forming a truce with the androids by giving them some valuable items in exchange for them to stop the violence. So if you can't tell already, this version of King Vegeta is completely different from the King Vegeta we know of in the canon story of Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, the King Vegeta in the canon story was much more unlikable. In fact, he was kind of a DI, you know what. So this King Vegeta is the complete opposite of the one that we have obviously come to know as well, just for some additional context. As the Saiyans approach the planet, they communicate with the androids' defense team that they are within arrival distance. Upon reaching the surface of the planet, there's an ominous reddish-orange glow to the atmosphere. It's much different from that of Planet Vegeta. The architectural design of the city landscapes are quite appealing to the eye. The buildings are very sharp and defined, almost to perfection. But of course, a planet of androids would have the best quality of paying extreme attention to detail when designing things. As King Vegeta and his troops step off their ship, they are greeted by the Android King himself, who's the main figurehead in charge of this planet. Android King says, "Saiyan King, welcome to our planet. We have been waiting for your arrival. You can refer to me as the Android King." King Vegeta responds, "Thank you for taking the time to have this meeting with us, Android King. We are excited to discuss the future with you and the inhabitants of your planet." So the Android King says, "Yes, I understand that you want to propose a deal to us in some sort of exchange." King Vegeta then goes on to say, "Indeed, I want to cut straight to the point as we do have to get back en route very soon. We have received multiple reports that inhabitants from this planet, your planet, have been causing chaos and waging wars, violent wars, against other planets. In order to preserve peace and to keep violence to an utmost minimum, we would like to instruct you and your androids to stop the violence immediately. In exchange for this, we will give you some valuable resources that could help some of you and your inhabitants learn to control their anger and aggression. This is a very generous offer I am making to you. Us Saiyans have managed to help out so many planets throughout this universe. We have brought peace and happiness in so many ways." Android King says, "Learn to control anger. Learn to control aggression. It is not wise, King Vegeta, for you to be making such belittling comments regarding us androids. We are more than capable of controlling our behavior. We are perfect machines, unlike you and your gang of apes. We will not accept this type of discrimination against us. We will give you one chance to leave our planet peacefully, without any conflict." So then the king responds, King Vegeta that is, "I apologize, you have taken these comments in a way that I was not intending. Do not think I view ourselves as superior to you. If anything, we can view ourselves as different equals. Us Saiyans have been able to learn so much and acquire a vast array of knowledge throughout generations. With this information, we've been able to contribute in so many positive ways to this universe. We would simply like you to also be a part of this development, of this history, that will produce great benefits for life, for generations upon generations. Do you understand my intentions?" Android King says, "Yes, King Vegeta. I understand your intentions very clearly, and because of this, you must die." And in a flash moment, quicker than anyone could react, a piercing laser burrowed its way through the heart of King Vegeta, eyes open as the Saiyan King falls immediately to the ground, lifeless. A skirmish commences as the Android King vanishes and a band of android soldiers appear from ambush positions surrounding the palace of the Android King where this meeting was taking place. The Saiyan troops retreat ASAP, instructing their pilots to get the ship ready for an immediate evacuation as they struggle to fight off the hordes of android soldiers approaching them. The violence ensues. 2 Saiyan soldiers are killed in the chaos, and the remaining troops finally arrive back at their ship and depart as quickly as possible from the Red Planet. The android king informs his soldiers not to pursue the Saiyans. He says, "What a fool the king and his monkeys are to think that they can control and manipulate us androids." So as the remaining Saiyan troops arrive back to planet Vegeta, they immediately go to the main headquarters where the king and prince would reside. Standing there is a young Prince Vegeta with a distasteful look on his face, as usual. But even the young Saiyan prince knew something was off. Keep in mind, Prince Vegeta has no idea and had no idea of where his father was for the last few days. So, with that being said, one of the main guards for King Vegeta, stood at attention before the prince and said, quote, "Prince Vegeta, it is my unfortunate duty to inform you that your father, King Vegeta, was killed while on a peacekeeping mission to an undisclosed planet." Silence fills the air for only a quick second before the prince replies, "What? What do you mean killed? What peacekeeping mission? Is this some sick joke my father is playing to me? I will not be treated like a child who goes to sleep with medieval bedtime stories." One of the troops standing next to the bodyguard whispered that perhaps they should leave the Saiyan prince alone for some time. The bodyguard agreed and said, "My prince, I am sorry to have upset you. We will leave you in peace. But now, even you must understand. You will no longer be the prince. You will no longer be referred to as Prince Vegeta. You are now king. The king. King Vegeta." So that does conclude episode 1 here of my fan-made story on how Prince Vegeta ends up becoming King Vegeta. Of course, I am turning this into an episodic series. I'm not sure exactly how many episodes I'm going to make this story, but it will continue. Obviously, it will have a ending, so to speak. I'm still kind of putting together the rest of the pieces in regards to how I want the story to transition from episode to episode. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. It's the first time I've ever really done something like this in regards to narrating and telling a story much different from, I should say, stories that we actually have known when it comes to the Dragon Ball universe. Of course, the point of fan-made stories is to bring characters to life and to create things based off of your own imagination on some alternative ideas or alternative stories you would like to actually see come to life. And this is something that I think I've always kind of been into as far as the whole Prince and King Vegeta dynamic is concerned. To have something occur differently than what I'd say most people would think of immediately that comes to their head. I thought creating a planet of actual androids would be really cool, as opposed to just dealing with a few. I think that'd be pretty interesting, and hopefully you guys will like that as we continue to go forward in this story. Like I said, let me know what you thought in the comment section below.